It's the rubber match of an SEC series between a pair of top 25 teams. From Carolina Softball Stadium at Beckham Field, it's Game 3 between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the LSU Tigers. Hi, everyone. Brad Muller alongside the Hall of Famer, Dr. Megan Matthews-Bunning. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. Well, good series so far. Gamecocks took a marathon game one Friday in 12 innings, 6-5. LSU evens the score yesterday, 5-1. But through it all, Jory Hurd, we're going to see later, but Ari Rhodey swinging a hot bat for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, the senior first baseman. Now, she was a Rawlings Gold Glove winner last year, and she's made some great defensive plays. But, Brad, she entered this series only 2 for 24 at the plate. Now, in this series, she has been 4 for 8 at the plate, which that's good, but she's only had 1 RBI. Last year, she set the South Carolina single-season home run record with 17, but it's been 12 games since she's left the yard. South Carolina could really use some production from that senior captain. Yeah,
meanwhile, like South Carolina, LSU is looking for its first SEC Series win of the year, and pitching has been a big element for the Tigers this weekend. They got a complete game from their starter yesterday, and in the last 14 innings against the Gamecocks, the Tiger pitchers have allowed only 1 run, and they've allowed just 1 walk in 19 innings so far this weekend. In the circle for the Gamecocks, it is the aforementioned senior, Jory Hurd.
Yeah, South Carolina is going back with a matchup we saw Friday night somewhat with Jory Hurd. Jory Hurd is the alpha of the staff right now. She's going to throw mid-60s curve, drop ball, rise ball, and changeup.
Jayla Lassiter to lead things off, the center fielder for the Tigers as she fouls off the first pitch. You saw Hurd's numbers on the season. 4-2 with a 1.55 earned run average. So the lineup for the Tigers, not a whole lot of changes. Lassiter hitting .315 on the year, 3 home runs, 19 knocked in. In the series, Lassiter 2 for 10. Both her hits are doubles.
Yeah, we've seen some power from Lassiter, and we've seen some excellent plays out in center field defensively.
In the air to right field, McKnight comes in, makes a shoestring catch for the first out. Big play there to start the game.
Yeah, speaking of excellent plays, for the most part, I think both defenses in the outfield particularly have done really well.
Outstanding play there by Nia McKnight to take a hit away from Lassiter. Brings up the second baseman, Sierra Daniel. Daniel, second team All-Region last year for the Tigers after hitting .381. Arizona native takes one low for ball 1. See Daniel's numbers on the year in the series, 4 for 10. 2 of her hits are doubles, takes a strike there.
You know, coming off a marathon game with such highs for South Carolina and such lows for LSU on Friday, I thought yesterday LSU did a nice job in the response. They made adjustments. South Carolina put the bat on the ball. I mean, they had like 8 hits. It's just LSU did such a good job of not allowing them to string things together.
Infield in for Daniel. 1 out, bases empty here. Count even at 2-2. Hurd making her second appearance of this series. Went 7 innings in the first game, in that marathon game. Allowed 2 runs on 7 hits, struck out 6 and walked 2. Daniel stays alive.
And, you know, we also saw Heavner on Friday as well. She went about the same distance. But what South Carolina and LSU both were able to do was give Heavner and Hurd a day off yesterday, so to speak, so that they could present them today. Yeah.
That's what she did game 1. This one skied left side, that'll get out of play. And that first game, marathon game, 12 innings, you don't count on games such as that. And it really throws can throw a monkey wrench into the works depending on the makeup of your pitching staff.
Absolutely, with the rotation. Now LSU, we saw them go with 1 pitcher, Solera, yesterday, and she did fantastic. But South Carolina rotated through.
Strike 3 called. First strikeout and the second out here in the first.
Nice start by Hurd. South Carolina rotated through, I think, 5 or 6 pitchers.
2 up, 2 down, and it brings up the first baseman, Tori Edwards. Good start for Hurd. One more look at this third strike.
It's a great changeup. If Hurd can keep that pitch in the zone for a strike, move it just a little bit, that's going to help her set up the rest of her pitches.
Edwards takes one low. Native of Flower Mound, Texas. SEC Freshman of the Year last year. Second team All-American as well. Edwards with some pop in her bat. 5 home runs this year, 20 runs batted in. LSU, you see their record coming in, looking for their first SEC Series victory. And a lot of newcomers, 11 most in program history. And they played a lot of close games, as they've had this weekend as well. It's so hard in the SEC if you get off to a slower start to get right, because chances are every weekend you're playing somebody ranked.
It is, and you have to look at, for LSU, that they started off with, they've had A&M and Tennessee, and then South Carolina has had, remind me.
The Gamecocks just had Texas last week.
Texas, yeah.
And then they had the non-conference series with Boston College. So
right,
they've already got their bye, yeah.
Thinking about just series in the SEC, those are big games.
Strike 2 called there. Edwards thought it was ball 4. She'll have to come back. Clinton Baptiste, our home plate umpire today, calling balls and strikes. Payoff pitch to Edwards from Jory Hurd. Strike 3 called, inning over. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Jory Hurd. And the Tigers go down in order in their half of the first. Gamecocks coming up for their first set of swings. Jory Hurd dealing here in the first inning. Takes to the circle for LSU as the Gamecocks come up for their first set of swings here in the bottom of the first inning. And it's the second time we've seen Hefner. She was the losing pitcher in Friday night in the marathon game, but pitched very well. There's her numbers on the season. But Friday night, 7 1/3 in that 12-inning game, allowed just 1 run on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks.
Hefner was dealing in that Friday night game. Such a heartbreak loss. But Hefner throws, she's got some gas. She's going to throw in the upper 60s. Of course, she has that curveball that's going to break away from left-handed hitters into right-handed hitters. Expect to see a little bit of everything from her.
Quincy Lelio, the left fielder, to lead things off in the leadoff spot where she's been each of her 2 years here at South Carolina after transferring from Oklahoma. You see the lineup there, the usual for the Gamecocks. Fastball stays high. LSU fans have already been chirping with the home plate umpire. And right now he says, mind your own biscuits and life will be gravy.
Is that what he said?
2-0 to Lelio. Almost hit her as it comes inside. Lelio, 4-11 on the season, 16 runs batted in. Takes a strike here. Lelio trying to continue a little bit of a hot streak. 3 for 10 in the series, no extra base hits. Pulls back on a pitch outside. She draws the leadoff walk, something she does quite often. Entered the weekend 4th in the SEC in free passes. That's her 27th of the season. That's only the 2nd walk allowed by LSU pitching the whole weekend. For the Gamecocks, similar record to LSU, 21-11, looking for their first SEC series win. They're picked 10th in the preseason SEC poll. Picked 10th, but still ranked in the top 25 in the preseason poll as well. That's the SEC, right?
Yes.
Carly Shelton with a big swing, comes up empty. The junior second baseman. From nearby Lexington, South Carolina, Gamecocks leading hitter coming into the day. Hit down the left field line, curving foul. They won't catch up to it as it caroms off the fence and to the left fielder. Defensively for LSU, outfield left to right, Maddox McKee, Jayla Lassiter, Alex Franklin. Infield third to first, Avery Hodge, Kylie Edwards, Sierra Daniel, Tori Edwards, and Macy Bajaran catching Jaden Heavner. Shelton fouls another one off. Heavner still way ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Just kind of thinking about Lelio over there on first. I just love her in that one spot, starting the lineup off for South Carolina. She does such a good job of just finding a way, whether that's through a hit or a walk. Got to have patience. That's a different mindset. Not every hitter can take that mindset of this is my role, this is my job. Sometimes you sacrifice, like, I may not get a hit, I may have to walk, whatever it takes to get on base.
Shelton 4 for 9 in the series against the Tigers this weekend. Another 0-2. We'll have another one. Nothing but strikes and foul balls here. Good battle between Heavner and Shelton.
Heavner's really working that outside corner with the curve. Shelton's doing a good job of just trying to get a piece just to stay alive.
LSU pitching staff has been impressive this weekend, as we told you, allowing just 1 run in the last, 12 or 14 innings or so, and that's the 1 walk in the whole series prior to that walk to Lelio. And Heavner wins the battle here. She strikes out Shelton for the first out in the inning. Came in on the hands.
Yeah, you can see this pitch is just down in the zone. I think Shelton didn't even see that really. Not a good pitch to swing at, but Heavner set her up well. You know, something I've seen, and this is why one reason that LSU has been successful is, you know, Heavner started off the game, the first hitter, with a walk. But what she was able to do is she didn't let it compound, at least not yet. And that's something that LSU has done really well, whether it's been through pitching or through, you know, the defensive plays in the field. If there's been a walk or there's been a hit, the defense has it shut it down the very next play.
First out in the inning, and it brings up the center fielder, Tori Ensley. In her first season with the Gamecocks after transferring from NC State. She and Ari Rhodey have kind of swapped places in the batting order here this weekend, or this week. Ensley's been a nice addition to the lineup. First pitch from Heavner. Fouled off. Ensley, 379 hitter, tied for the team lead with 6 home runs, 30 knocked in. In the series, 3 for 9, all singles. That one gets away, and Lelio will take second.
This is something that we heard from Coach Trina, is that Heavner is effectively wild, and that's hey, listen, My dad used to tell me, your warm-up pitches just or in the middle of that bat, you're too close to the zone. Just throw one randomly over here, because it keeps the batters guessing.
Yep.
You never know what you're going to get.
Maybe you're not digging in there. So
Right.
Hensley in the back of that right-handed hitter's box here. Runner in scoring position now with one away. Squares the bunt. Back to the circle. Huebner's got it. Gets the out. Runner to third on the play. Gamecocks don't do a lot of small ball, but they get the job done there on the sacrifice for Hensley. For Hensley, her first sacrifice hit of the season and only the 5th by this Gamecock squad.
Yeah, and that was textbook. Right side of the plate allows the Lelio to get enough time to get over to third.
Here's Ari Rhodey, the first baseman, skies this one to left field, just got underneath it. Maddox McKee measures it, and that'll do it for the Gamecocks. In their half of the first, they get a runner to third. They leave her there. We're scoreless after 1 in Columbia. Coach of the LSU Tigers in her 15th season in Baton Rouge, 19th year as a head coach, and has done an outstanding job there, averaging 41 wins per season at LSU, more than 725 in her career, and closing in on 600 at LSU. Continues to put a good product on the field.
Yeah, you look at that first one, winningest coach in LSU history. I know who came before her. I mean, that's a big deal. Thinking about in the SEC, she's doing some good stuff.
Taking the Tigers to 4 Women's College World Series. First pitch to Kylie Edwards, skied to left field. Diving catch made by Quincy Lelio to take away extra bases. Wow, hang a star on that one.
For real, that's the kind of stuff that South Carolina needs. This is the SEC. You're going to see some big-time plays. That was fantastic. That needs to be on some sort of
top 10
top play. Yep.
Edwards, it's been a thorn in the Gamecock side this weekend. Was 5 for 9 prior to that with a double, a triple, and a home run, and she got robbed of extra bases there. Here's Alex Franklin, the right fielder. As Jory Hurd goes back to work, appreciating the work of her outfielder already. We saw a nice catch by Nia McKnight in the first inning, making a shoestring catch in short right field.
And Edwards has just been a thorn. I mean, even though she was robbed, I mean, that was a solid hit.
She's seeing it. What did you do as a pitcher when you're going up against someone who's, seeing it like a beach ball all weekend? Does it change how you throw?
I kind of take the mentality of, I want to compete against you. Now, I'm old school. If you're going to hit off me, I'm just going to go ahead and hit you and then just put you on.
I love it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and we have an ejection. Someone from the LSU dugout arguing balls and strikes. And our home plate umpire has seen enough. Lyndon Baptiste said that's enough. And that riles up the Gamecock fans.
Yeah, he's yelling back and forth. This is some of that intensity and passion. We've talked about this between these two teams. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of history.
Yeah, he was pointing into the Gamecock dugout as well. Watch this last pitch. Got the plate. He was ruled a strike. And then he came out of the dugout, and that's just an automatic. Everybody knows the rule. You can't argue balls and strikes. You can say some things from the dugout here and there, but if you come out, it's a quick hook.
Yeah, especially not from an assistant coach or somebody
Right.
on staff.
Yeah, sometimes they'll give a head coach some grace here and there.
Yeah, I believe only the head coach is allowed to speak with the umpires.
Yep. Well, that, and there was some specific pointing from the assistant coach to the South Carolina dugout as well.
Yeah, I'm sure, I mean, let's be honest, there's probably been some banter like I've talked about. There's intensity, there's an emotion there. This is the rubber match,
Yep.
big series for both teams, but that's a no-no.
So here we go, 2-1 the count on Franklin as play resumes. Both crowds fired up now. Good crowd here today on a beautiful day in the capital city.
You can certainly hear them now. Welcome to the top of the second.
Yeah. Just got a piece of it, did Franklin, to stay alive. Franklin 2 for 9 in the series with a double. The sophomore, Louisiana native, reached in 9 straight.
You know, if you're an umpire, that's game management. If you hear something, you have to abide by the rule, because if you let it go, then the game can get out of hand.
Right.
You know, so he had to make that call, and it's an immediate ejection.
And again, if you come out of the dugout, that makes it easier.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can let stuff go when you hear it. 2-2 pitch up high, full count now, and the fans living and dying on every pitch.
Honestly, as an athlete, though, oh, man, this pumped you up. Both teams are pumped up for different reasons. This was the best time to play.
Payoff pitch to Franklin. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second out here in the second inning. Third strikeout for Jory Hurd.
Hurd is showing why she is the alpha, as Coach Chastain Woodard calls her. Wins the battle there. She is pumped up. Love it when Coach Chastain Woodard says she was nails. That's what I'm seeing. Jory Hurd is nails right now.
Here's Maddox McKee, the left fielder. The junior, native of Montgomery, Texas, takes a strike on the outer third. See her numbers on the year. Has had a good series. 2 for 2 with a triple. 3 runs batted in. And quickly in an 0-2 hole here. McKee comes from an athletic family. Dad played baseball at Tulane. Mom played softball at South Dakota. My question is, how much outdoor softball do you get to play at South Dakota? Are you on the road the whole time?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I wonder when they got on their field. 0-2 pitch up high. We were talking about, you and I worked the Boston College series here last weekend, and how Boston College had only been on their field, their outdoor field, once. It just makes you wonder about some of those teams out there further out west.
Yeah, that's a whole different mindset and approach for sure.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Jory Hurd, and another 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Tigers. Jory Hurd dealing through 2 innings here in Columbia. We're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, we're scoreless in game 3 of this series. There's Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard, South Carolina alum in her second year coaching at her alma mater, and what a year last year. Hosted the regionals and super regionals. First time in program history. Gamecocks hoping to have something similar happen here in year 2. Tate Davis, the third baseman, to lead things off against Jaden Heavner. Takes a strike here. Both fan bases, if you're just joining it, so are a bit riled up. Had an assistant coach for LSU get tossed for arguing balls and strikes last half inning, and that seemed to fire up both fan bases. See Davis's numbers, the sophomore in her first season after transferring from Ole Miss. Davis 3 for 9 with a home run, couple knocked in here in the first 2 games, which actually feels like 3 games since he had a 12-inning game on Friday. Had to check her swing. Did she go around? Yes, she did. And Heavner way ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Both teams have seen a lot of each other, but South Carolina and LSU have done a good job of protecting Heavner and Hurd, limiting them to basically just 1 game. We didn't see them at all yesterday.
Yeah, after both pitched 7 or more innings on Friday. One-two down low. Heavner's done a nice job after walking the leadoff hitter Quincy Lelio last inning. She's worked ahead of most of the other hitters and gotten some quick outs as well.
Coach Torina talked about how last year Heavner was kind of hidden in the freshman. She was a freshman, and then this year she's having to adjust to being the one on their roster that's probably the most heavily scouted.
Yep.
And that is a big adjustment, especially with as much data. Same with Jory Hurd.
Yeah.
I mean, but Jory's not a freshman, you know, she's a little older than Heavner, but just with all the data that's available on all these athletes. I got a taste of that yesterday. I had the opportunity to sit in a scouting meeting with South Carolina because I'm an alum. We're just putting it out there. And it was just, it blew my mind how much information is available on these athletes.
Yeah, Heavner last year as a freshman would have been on the ace of most staffs, and that's how deep they were with their pitching last year. 2-2 pitch, got her swinging. Tate Davis goes down for the first out. Second strikeout for Heavner. Here it is, see if you can hit it.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of just kind of working both sides of the plate. She'll sneak one down here and there. Now, she does have a changeup. We'll probably, I don't know that that's her strongest pitch, but she'll mix it in there occasionally just to keep people off balance.
Here's the catcher, Lexi Winters, the senior from nearby Lexington, South Carolina. Her second season at South Carolina after transferring from Charlotte with Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. Winters thought it hit her, but apparently not.
Yeah, they got to check. They appealed to U1 down there, and he said that she did swing at that.
It's Lexi Winters Day today. They do that for each team, or for each player here at South Carolina. For the seniors, they give them a day where they give out, I think, buttons to the fans with that player, and today is Lexi Winters Day. Kid who grew up being a Gamecock fan, started her career at Charlotte, now here she is. Saw her numbers. 3 for 9 in the series with a double, couple knocked in. Had the game-winning hit in the 12th inning on game 1 to score Ariana Rhodey for the 6-5 Carolina victory.
Well, not only is she here and local playing for the school she always wanted to play with, but she's also a captain, and she's like the head captain, captain of all the captains for her hometown team. Pretty cool.
Heavner still working ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Winters spoils another one. Heavner doesn't waste a lot of pitches, even when she's ahead.
No, she goes right at him. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Took something off it there, misses high. Good time to throw that pitch after all the heat.
And that's what I was talking about a few minutes ago, about how Heavner does have a changeup, and we'll see it occasionally just to kind of keep people off balance.
2-2 pitch. Gets away. Now, Heavner last year, outstanding freshman season, was a second-team freshman All-American, second-team All-Region, went 13-5 with a 2.75 earned run average, had 152 strikeouts in 119 innings last year. Payoff pitch to Winters. Hit in the air towards right center field. Franklin is there, 2 away. Two up and 2 down for Jamie McKay, the DP, the Ole Miss transfer. Her first season with the Gamecocks, and boy, what a week she's had. Come off the bench more and more, now earning a starting role as the DP. 1 for 7 in this series. That one hit's a home run. Got 3 of those on the season. She had 2 walk-off home runs last weekend in a series here against Boston College to end the first 2 games of that series via the run rule. And both were her first at-bats of the day.
And then after that series is when we've seen her really step into this DP role.
Pops this one up right side. Edwards, the first baseman, in foul territory, gloves, and that'll do it for the Gamecocks as they're retired in order here in the second. We're scoreless as we head to the third in Columbia.
All of ESPN all in one place. Visit activate.espn.com to see if you have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Activate the ESPN app now and you can catch Megan and I, right? That's what you're tuning in for. Talk about some things, watch a little softball. Bottom third of the order due up for LSU as we move to the top of the third in Columbia. A rubber match of this 3-game series. Jory Hurd in the circle for the Gamecocks. Catcher Macy Bergeron to lead things off for LSU. The senior, third-team All-American last year, second-team All-SEC after hitting .364 with 9 home runs and 49 runs batted in. That's a changeup for a strike here, and we're underway. In the series, 1 for 9 with a double. She's driven in a run. Gamecocks have the shift on in the infield, and she hammers that one to left field. Lilio comes in, makes a running grab for out number 1. Gamecocks had 3 infielders on the left side, so Bergeron elevated, but Lilio's still there to make the play.
That's a solid first out. Jory Hurd picking up right where she left off.
There's the DP, Destiny Harris. Sophomore Virginia native. Pitch misses low. Harris 2 for 2 in the series, has also been used as a pinch runner. He's drawn a walk and scored 3 runs. Gamecocks back to their regular defensive lineup after the shift last hitter. Hurd falls behind for one of the few times today, 2-0. Fouls that one off. Just joining us, outfield left to right, Quincy Lelio, Tori Ensley, Nia McKnight. Infield third to first for the Gamecocks is Tate Davis, Shay Anderson, Carly Shelton, Ari Rhodey, and Lexi Winters is catching Jory Hurd, the senior. Two-one, hits her in the elbow. I was just getting ready to say, Harris kind of crowds the plate there. Elbow was kind of hanging in the river, and that one got her. First base runner for the Tigers today.
Yeah.
You're not a fan.
Like that roll. I mean, I understand if it's in the box, fine, but if you're hanging all out over outside that box, I don't know about all that, Brad.
Yep, I'm with you. Here's the third baseman, Avery Hodge, hitting in the 9th spot. Infield comes in, chops that one to the glove of Davis. They'll get the leading lady. Good play there by Tate Davis, the third baseman, because that got on her in a hurry.
Yeah, I really like that thinking. You got to have that mentality of get the lead runner. That's a great hit ball to do that. It was hard hit, taking Davis to that side.
Here's Jayla Lassiter back to the top of the order for the Tigers. She was robbed of a base hit by a nice catch by Nia McKnight in right field to lead off the game, a shoestring catch. Lassiter now 2 for 11 in the series. See her numbers on the year. Third team all-region a year ago. Pop foul out of play. That'll reach the seats. Got to get the sunscreen out today in addition to the allergy medication.
Oh my gosh. At least, I mean, can this just stay? Oh, do we have to keep going
warm
back
weather?
and
Yeah.
forth? Yeah.
The polleny haze can go, but
yeah.
1-1 pitch up high.
We understand down in Baton Rouge it's really humid already. I know that's a coming.
Two-1 to Lassiter. Ripped foul down the left field line. Second time to the order now for the Tigers. Gamecocks took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers last year in Baton Rouge. Now LSU trying to return the favor here in Columbia here in game 3. Two-two. We'll have another one. Runner at first with 2 down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Jory Hurd. Tigers get their first base runner. They leave her stranded. Nothing doing for LSU as we move to the bottom half of the frame. Jory Hurd still dealing in Columbia. between South Carolina and LSU. Game 3 of this 3-game series. A lot going on and some interesting scores early on. Some rubber matches as well with Florida and Tennessee. Good series there. Florida with the lead in the top of the 6th, trying to take that series at home against #1 Tennessee. And Alabama trailing on the road at Mizzou. Missouri trying to upset the Tide to take that series. Bunch of late games as well. Shea Anderson to lead things off for the Gamecocks. The Carolina shortstop hits in the 8-hole. Takes a strike here from Jaden Heavner, and we're underway. Anderson, the sophomore, first year as a starter at shortstop. 2 for 6 in the series with a home run. It was a solo shot.
You're just taking a look at the matchups and the scores that we've seen so far. I mean, this is still kind of early in the SEC conference matchups. This could shake out to be kind of interesting this year.
Hit in the air to center field. Lassiter's got room. The center fielder's got it, and 1 away. Yeah, the SEC, I know we've still got a whole lot to shake out in the next 6-7 weeks of SEC softball, but with what you're seeing so far, I can't even wait for the SEC tournament just to see all these teams play each other back to back. Nia McKnight will stand in, the right fielder. See her numbers on the year, 0 for 3 in the series. That was the first pitch straight back. Jaden Heavner's been good. A strikeout, or a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk so far. He's not allowed to hit. Picking up where she left off Friday night. Even though she was the tough luck losing pitcher in that game, she pitched it extremely well. And Friday night in that 12-inning marathon, she went 7 in a third, giving up 1 run.
LSU's pitching really has kept them in ball games for sure. They've done a good job.
Strike on the outer third there. Well, like I said, when coming into today's game, through the first 2 games, the pitching staff for LSU had 11 strikeouts and only 1 walk. It's allowing your defense to help you.
Absolutely.
And on the other side of it as well, defensively, they had not made an error in the first 2 games. And when you're doing that, you give yourself a chance. Not giving free base runners, whether it's pitching or defense. 2-2, fouled straight back. Nice pitch there by Heavner. That came in on the hands of McKnight.
That's the beauty of a curve coming from a left-handed pitcher. You know, you don't see it as, you see it more frequently nowadays, but you typically don't see that as much because there's not as many left-handed pitchers, but it's such a cool pitch. I mean, it's just a curveball, but.
Comebacker through the middle, and there's the first hit of the day for either team. Gamecocks get McKnight aboard.
I think McKnight did a good job of catching that one. I think Heavner was trying to come in again. Left it a little over the plate, but that, you know, kind of, you made the comment, and this was also on the scouting reports that I was hearing, is that Heavner is over the plate or near the plate quite frequently, and she was ahead in that count, or she was even in that count 2-2, so she had some room to wiggle there.
It's Quincy Lelio as we move back to the top of the order. The left fielder squares and pulls back, gets ruled a strike. Lelio walked in the first inning and was left stranded at third base. She was the only other base runner today for the Gamecocks. Lelio 3 for 10 with 1 walk in the series. McKnight with good speed at first. The Gamecocks don't run a lot, but McKnight is 4 for 4 stealing bases this year. Gamecocks have only attempted 1 steal in this series, and they were caught. Stays high, 2-1. LSU in at the corners, deep at the middle infield. Chopper to second. Daniel flips to short for 1, relay to first, not in time. But they do get the leading lady as Lelio reaches on the fielder's choice. It's a good play there by the LSU infield as Daniel fielded it cleanly to toss to Edwards to get the first out, or second out in the inning. Here's Carly Shelton, the second baseman, a strikeout victim in the first inning. Don't forget, next half inning, we'll speak to Beth Torina, the head coach of the Tigers. Shelton's numbers, 0 for 1 today. 4 for 10 in the series. Just like the last time, Shelton worked herself into an early 0-2 hole. She fouled off about 6 pitches first time around before Heavner eventually won the battle with a strikeout.
And she's being aggressive early, which as a pitcher, I love that. Go ahead. Go ahead then. Swing early because then I can play. So we'll see if Heavner can work herself off the plate just a little. Yep, there she went.
There she went. Shelton didn't chase. Infield back now with 2 outs. Shelton came into the weekend in the top 5 in the SEC in hits and doubles. One-two, chopper to first. Edwards is there, steps in the bag, inning over. Gamecocks get their first hit of the day, but leave her stranded. No score after 3 here in Columbia.
Coach. Hey.
Hey. All right, here we go. We move to the 4th inning, joined by LSU head coach Beth Torina. And Coach, appreciate the time. And Coach, even the series yesterday, what was the message to the team going into Game 3 today?
Well, toughest team wins on Sundays in the SEC. Just kind of throw everything you got at them, and the toughest team wins. And obviously there's a lot on the line, a lot of things heated today between both teams. So just a lot on the line today, obviously, for both teams. Both teams want this one.
Hey, Coach, so pitcher to pitcher, you went with Jaden Heavner. I kind of anticipated that, but she had such a heartbreaking loss Friday. She threw so well. So what was her mindset coming into today's game?
Well, Jaden wants the ball. That's who she is. Like, she wants the ball anytime we give it to her. She wants to fight for the Tigers. She just wants to go out and, you know, throw her best stuff at hitters. She just wants the ball. She's a competitor, one of the best competitors I've been around. So I know she'll give us a good one again today. She'll give us everything she's got. So shameless plug before I get off, Taryn Torina, first over the fence home run today. And both Torina gymnasts made the regionals yesterday. So shameless plug for the Torina girls. They'd be mad at me if I didn't. Thank you guys.
Great job.
And
good luck,
Coach.
Coach.
The mud bugs. We talked about them yesterday.
That's great. Hey, no problem plugging family.
Absolutely.
Here we go. 4th inning, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Tigers against Jory Hurd, the senior for the Gamecocks. Sierra Daniel, the second baseman, to lead things off. She looked at strike 3 in the first inning. 1 of 5 strikeouts for Jory Hurd today. Infield comes in for the lefty. Hits this one to center field, right at Tori Ensley. 1 pitch and 1 away. Hit it right on the nose, but Ensley didn't have to move. Quickly 1 down, brings up the first baseman, Tori Edwards, who was a strikeout victim to end the first inning.
For Jory Hurd, you're liking that quick work.
Yeah.
Stay efficient, especially in this heat. I expect Hurd and Heavner to go the distance today.
First pitch to Edwards, up high.
Yeah, I really like when coaches give shout outs to their family and you know, that kind of stuff too, because it humanizes them. I
Sure.
mean, Coach Trina is a mother, and she worked very hard to become a mother. And so it also speaks to she is missing events.
Yep. Yeah, when you work in athletics, you miss a lot of family stuff because you are constantly on the road or constantly working.
Absolutely, and it goes on both sides. I mean,
Yep.
both coaching staffs have those responsibilities, and they're sacrificing for other people's children.
You know, in the other dugout, Ashley Chastain Woodard, her husband Robert, is the head baseball coach just up the road at Charlotte. And you know, I always wondered, do they actually see each other at all this time of year
Right.
between all the road trips, practices? And
a lot of it's in passing,
Yeah.
and that is so difficult. I mean, they haven't been married that long either. So,
Right.
you know, you're building a marriage, and so just you have two women. Nice change up there by Jory Hurd. Love seeing that pitch, especially thrown for a strike. But also, you have two women head coaches. I have a lot of respect for that. Love seeing our ladies rise to the top and be successful.
2-2 pitch from Hurd to Edwards. Ground ball right side, backhanded nicely by Ari Rhodey, 2 away. Rawlings Gold Glove winner last year. And quickly 2 down here in the LSU 4th, and it brings up the big hitting shortstop Kylie Edwards, who was robbed by Quincy Lelio with a diving catch in the gap. And we will talk to Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard next half inning.
And I say this with the utmost respect. Enter the pest.
Yes.
Edwards has been a pest for South Carolina.
5 for 10 in the series, and again could very easily be 6 for 10 as she was robbed by Lelio in the 2nd inning. Over 5 hits in this series. She's got a double, triple, and a home run.
Yeah, South Carolina has just, I mean, and they've been through almost every pitcher they've had.
Yep.
And Edwards has done something. I like this approach here, mixing it up with change-ups, keeping her off speed. I wouldn't be surprised to see it again.
Oh-2 from Jory Hurd. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 6th strikeout today for Jory Hurd, and the Tigers go down in order for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Jory Hurd still dealing here in Columbia. We're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Move to the bottom half of the 4th inning, scoreless game, joined by South Carolina head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. All right, Coach, got another pitcher's duel here today. What do you want to see from your offense?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a really good job. You know, it's a pitcher's duel, and this is what it looks like when it's high-stakes competition and you've got 2 aces on the field on a Sunday trying to win the series. So I just think we need to keep going and doing what we're doing, and I think we're going to put some stuff together here. I think we need a little bit more momentum, some back-to-back, you know, CPAs and stuff would be really great. We're in a great part of the order right here.
Coach, so Jory Hurd, I love when you say she looks like nails. To me, she looks like nails. So did she just show up today like that, or what did you say to help get her there?
Yeah, I mean, she has so much experience at this point. We don't have to do much for her to get up for a game like this, but she was ready for it and really rested of not throwing yesterday, so she feels really good and has a high command right now. So I love what she's doing.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
There you go. Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard, her 2nd year head coach at her alma mater. Got a good series here and a good one going. 3, 4, and 5 do it for the Gamecocks. Center fielder Tori Ensley to lead things off against Jaden Heavner, who's held the Gamecocks scoreless on just 1 hit and 1 walk. Ensley had a sac bunt in the first inning to get a runner to third, but the Gamecocks left her there.
And just to kind of speak a little bit about Coach Chastain Woodard, because I saw a little bit of the behind the scenes and just know some things about South Carolina. I teach coaches for a living, literally, and I've been doing that for years and know best practices, and I can tell you I am thrilled at the direction of South Carolina softball. I think this was absolutely the right hire and just very excited for what's to come.
A 1 pitch. Misses outside to Ensley. And yeah, obviously she was a little bit ahead of the curve last year in her first season. The team that was picked to finish dead last in the SEC, and they were literally 1 pitch away from going to the Women's College World Series for the first time in almost 30 years. Slow ground ball. Daniels got it at second. Throws to first. Close play, but they get Ensley by half a step for the first out. Good play there by Daniel on the slow roller.
Yeah, but you think about, you know, what Coach Chastain Woodard and the staff had to do with the team that they came in with, and then to turn it around and have such a successful season immediately. That's big stuff.
There's Ari Rohde, the first baseman, 0 for 1 today. A fly to left to end the first inning. 4 for 9 in the series. She'll take a strike here.
And Coach will tell you, Coach Chastain Woodard will tell you that last year's team had it figured out a little bit earlier. They kind of knew who they wanted to be, and this year's team is still figuring that out. So they're just, they call them late bloomers, so to speak, and still trying to piece things together. I like to think about that as you're flying a plane while you're building it type thing. And Coach Torina said that as well. I mean, they have 11 newcomers, and they come in with a lot of experience, but they're coming not knowing the LSU culture, the LSU system. And so it goes both ways for both teams. You come in with a lot of experience, but you got to learn the system that you're in.
Heavner back to work against Rohde. Playing tight. Rohde, second in the SEC coming into the weekend in free passes, now has 31 walks on the year after setting the school record last year. Both walks and home runs in the season. Down low, she gets another one here. Second walk of the day allowed by Heavner. And the Gamecocks have their third base runner of the day with 1 out.
Any hitter, especially Rohde, that has as many walks, that is also a pest.
Yes.
Pest characteristics. It's very hard to pitch to hitters that don't swing.
You get a pinch runner at first for Rohde as Lexi Shaver will come out of the dugout, the redshirt junior from Utah on her first season after transferring from Kennesaw State. Here's Tate Davis, a third baseman, a strikeout victim against Heavner to lead off the second inning. Heavner has done a good job of coming in on the hands of these right-handed hitters. Really hard to barrel something.
Yeah, especially with the ball. We've talked about this coming from the left side. Not something you typically see. Hard to reproduce.
Good stop by Bajaran, the catcher, behind the plate.
And she's coming in hot, too. I mean, she's got some pop.
Hit in the air down the right field line. That'll reach the seats. And now Heavner way ahead. A ball and 2 strikes. LSU picked 7th in the SEC preseason poll. South Carolina picked 10th. 1-2 pitch, swing, and a miss. Strike 3, and Tate Davis down on strikes for the second time today. Third strikeout for Heavner. And it's the second out here in the 4th inning.
And we've seen Heavner do this frequently. I think all of LSU's pitchers have is, yeah, she walked Rohde prior to this at bat, but then she comes right back and gets the strikeout in the next batter and doesn't let that walk hurt her yet.
Here's the catcher, Lexi Winters. A fly to right in her first plate appearance. Pops this one up to the second baseman, Daniel. And the Tigers are out of the inning once again. Gamecocks get another runner aboard. Can't do anything with it. We're still scoreless after 4 in Columbia.
It's awesome to give the fans an inside look.
We got one game left. We need to show that we're the most excited to play.
We have some really great minds, and we have some really big personalities.
Let's go! Let's go!
Man, I wish we had mic'd up Monday when my partner, Dr. Megan Matthews-Bunning, was pitching.
It would have been inappropriate. Yeah. They would have to remove the mic.
What, for just saying things like Sally sells seashells by the seashore or whatever you say?
Or like happy birthday, that's not happening again.
Scoreless games. We move to the 5th here in this rubber match of a 3-game series. Right fielder Alex Franklin to lead things off for the Tigers against Jory Hurd, who's struck out 6 through the first 4 innings. Franklin a strikeout victim in the second, 0 for 1 today. First pitch over but low. Franklin 2 for 10 in the series this weekend. Hit in the air to center field. Ensley gives chase back to the warning track, makes the grab for out number 1. Franklin gave that one a ride, but the wind blowing in slightly and plenty of room for Ensley.
And another, I was going to say another efficient at bat for Jory Hurd. Throw as little as you can.
Yes.
You know.
Maddox McKee stands in, the left fielder, strikeout victim to end the second inning. Gamecocks bring the infield in for the lefty. Had a healthy cut, came up empty. McKee now 2 for 3 in the series. And quickly Hurd way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
I've really liked watching Hurd develop into an ace for South Carolina's staff. I remember calling some of her games when she came in her freshman year, and I remember, I think I said it, but I know I thought it, thinking that she could be a number 1. Look, I mean, she's on fire, dominating with that strikeout right there.
7 strikeouts now for Jory Hurd.
It's been a little bit since South Carolina has had a pitcher that can put up a number of strikeouts, and Hurd is stepping into that role. But, you know, just to kind of put a cap on that, watching her develop and really grow into this mentality, I love seeing it.
Macy Bergeron steps in, the catcher. 0 for 1 today, a fly to left to lead off the 3rd inning, and the Gamecocks have the shift on for her with 3 infielders on the left side. See her numbers on the year. Strike 2. Hurd pitching like she's got a plane to catch. Now the Gamecocks pulled the shift off a little bit. Shelton back to the second base side of the bag, but very close to it.
Well, and that changeup is something that she is throwing more often this year. I think she's developed that pitch. It goes nicely with all her other pitches.
That one gets away.
All right, effectively wild. We talked about that with Hebner. You don't want to, you don't want them to think you're too good,
right?
You know.
I never had that problem.
Just go with me on that.
Yeah, I believe you. Tough pitch to take, and a good take there by Bergeron. He was off the plate just a little bit.
Yeah, I like the idea there. Good waist pitch.
Two-two. Right in front of the plate. Winters will field, throw to first, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for the Tigers as they're retired in order again. We're still scoreless in Columbia. Columbia got a good one going. We're scoreless with South Carolina and visiting LSU. 7, 8, and 9 do it for the Gamecocks against Jaden Heavner, who's been obviously very good. Gamecocks have had a base runner in 3 of the 4 innings, but Heavner really never in trouble. Has been able to wriggle off the hook. Jamie McKay, the DP, to lead things off for the Gamecocks. She fouled out to the first baseman to end the 2nd inning. McKay, one of 2 transfers from Ole Miss here to South Carolina this year, along with the 3rd baseman Tate Davis.
Yeah, McKay has some pop. We've talked about what she's done over this past week. 2 walk-off home runs. She had another single home run.
Skies this one deep to left field. McKee looks up. It's way out of here. And the Gamecocks take the lead as Jamie McKay does it again.
She will forever be known to me as the closer because of her performance. I literally just said she has some pop, and she on cue.
4th home run in the last, week and a half. And the Gamecocks strike first on just their 2nd hit of the day.
It is not an easy feat. Heavner has been throwing lights out. Okay, just got a hold of one.
The Gamecocks get a run across, brings up the shortstop Shea Anderson, who flied out to center in the 3rd inning. Well, pitcher's duel, and Heavner blinked first, but we still got a long way to go in this one. Sometimes in a game this tight, one mistake feels like a big deal, but you're still one swing away. Popped up right side. Sierra Daniel calls and catches, and there's one away. I like the way she took charge there, Daniel. It's a tougher play for the first baseman going back.
And that's a great response, too, by Heavner. We've talked about this. I mean, I know that's only the first out of the inning, but she just gave up a monster jam home run. And then now she comes back and entices the pop-up to get the out.
And McKnight stands in. She singled up the middle in the 3rd inning. One of 2 hits for the Gamecocks today. The other left the yard just a minute ago. Was later erased on a fielder's choice. Ball and a strike to McKnight, who's kind of taken over that right field spot for Carolina. The sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia. Hebner ahead now, a ball and 2 strikes. Nice job of changing speed.
For these two teams, and especially the way the series, especially in that first game, I'm thinking this is going to be a back and forth. For South Carolina, you want to tack on as many as you can get, because you've got to know that LSU is going to come back with a vengeance.
South Carolina, not a huge home run hitting team, 13th in the SEC coming into the weekend. They have hit 4 in this series. 2-2 pitch, got her swinging, and that's the 4th strikeout of the day for Jaden Hebner.
And another great comeback. I mean, I've just been so impressed with how LSU's pitchers they've given up a walk or a hit or a home run, and they've come back on the very next at-bat and shut it down. And that is textbook. That's how you don't let errors and mistakes escalate.
Quincy Lelio stands in, the left fielder. Skies this one down the left field line. McKee, long way to run. Can't make the diving grab. But yeah, you got to love the response by Hebner, just a sophomore, but pitching more like a seasoned veteran with just shaking off any base runner.
That's right. If you isolate, yes, it was a home run. That was that. Now I'm going to put my focus on this very next hitter, and that's just mindfulness. It's being present, one pitch at a time, instead of letting the two run together.
Lelio 0 for 1 with a walk today. Fouls this one off, and third baseman Hodge couldn't quite make the play up against the screen there. And that's one where maybe back in your day when you didn't have the protective screens, maybe she's able to make that play.
Right. We didn't have nothing. I mean, you better be paying attention.
That's right.
Because you're going to get walloped if not.
Hebner still way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Lelio. Too far inside.
And then if you did get hit, there was no "are you okay?" It was just kind of like, well, pay attention.
1-2 pitch, chopper to short. Daniels there, inning over. And the Gamecocks do get on the scoreboard. First run of the day comes off the bat of Jamie McKay, her 4th of the year, and it was a no-doubter to left field. Gamecocks with the lead, 1-0 after 5.
She hit that into the street.
Tegan Gavon, she has fanned a dozen. A 2-homer inning for Kendall Wells.
Got some good games coming up this week on the ESPN network. By Oklahoma. I read yesterday, I think it's 122 home runs or something like that in 34 games. They've already broken the league record. Or
You probably had to check your bifocals on that.
I know,
one.
I did.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, I don't know what's going on over there.
Like, is that real?
Yeah. I had to read it twice, like, is this real? It's on the internet, but scoreless game, or actually Gamecocks with the lead now with the home run by Jamie McKay last half inning. 8-9-1 due up for LSU. Here to start the 6th is Jamie Hurd. Or Jory Hurd, I'll get it right once in a while.
Who are you?
Yeah,
What's your name?
Just let me land the plane. Destiny Harris is the DP. She was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Gets down a good bunt. Hurd out of the circle, throws to first, and that'll get away. And they get their first base runner of the day on a ball that traveled about 15 feet. As Hurd just kind of short-armed the throw, she would have been better off underhanding.
Yeah, and that's one of those things as a pitcher, if your momentum is already carrying you that way, like you said, just go ahead and toss it. Although she was kind of far away, though, so she just came up and her weight was just shifted forward. Just get your feet set. You got more time you think.
Tying run is aboard for Avery Hodge, the third baseman. That pitch comes in high and tight. Got a piece of the bat and fouled off. But the tying run at first with nobody out on the throwing error by Jory Hurd. Hodge is okay, fortunately, here. Infield in, anticipating a bunt here.
I think she was using the bat to protect her, protect herself there.
Squares the bunt, gets a good one down. Rhodey will go to first where Shelton is covering, and they get the out, but Hodge executes the sacrifice perfectly, and the tying run is in scoring position with one away as they go back to the top of the order.
You're seeing some small ball, textbook, move the runner over. Trying to manufacture a run.
For Hodge, her second sacrifice hit of the season. LSU last in sacrifice hits coming into the weekend. That's just their 4th of the year. Here's Jayla Lassiter, 0 for 2. Skies that one to right field. McKnight has it measured. Runner will tag. The throw to third is not in time. There's 2 away now with the tying run at third.
See how LSU is starting to string some things together. They take advantage of the throwing error by Hurd to start the inning. They move the runner with a sacrifice bunt, and then you have a sac fly the right side of the field. And all of a sudden, you've got the tying run on third base.
Yep. Get her on, get her over. Now they got to get her in.
Yep.
Took advantage of the throwing error to start the inning by Jory Hurd, the pitcher, and then the sac bunt, and then the fly to right. Not a sac fly, but it was deep enough to get the runner over.
You see Coach Chastain Woodard coming out. Things are happening really fast. LSU's got the momentum, so I think she's just wanting to slow things down here, let her reset after that throwing error, because then after the throwing error, she came in and could have been a hit by pitch, but it wasn't. It ended up being a foul ball, but threw right at Hodge. I don't think on purpose.
No, that you would have.
Well, yeah,
back in your day.
Me.
Yeah. The numbers on Jory Hurd. Speaking of back in the day, look at that lady.
Oh my gosh. Y'all so wrong.
So here we go. Infield in, 2 outs, tying run at third here in the 6th.
Told you I was mean.
Sierra Daniel at the plate, 0 for 2, strikeout and a line out to center. Off the plate here from Jory Hurd. Hurd trying to work out of the jam here in the 6th. Strike taken.
I noticed we were playing in shorts on a day like today. And there were no complaints.
Well, as a pitcher, you know, you were fine with that, but sliding was tough.
Yeah, I didn't care. Get you a sliding pad, you're fine.
Hurd falls behind here, 2-1 to Daniel.
But we didn't, but to be fair, we didn't have any other option.
Yeah.
Like, there was no pants or shorts, it was shorts.
The time is called as Winters and Hurd try to get on the same page. Gamecocks got their lone run last half inning, and now LSU threatening to tie it here.
I think Winters knows that. I mean, you're 1 out away from preserving the lead for South Carolina, so she must have seen something, wants to, again, just make sure Hurd gets her command back. Hurd was rolling. She was rolling.
Up high, 3-1, in danger of issuing her first walk. They've only had 2 base runners today, both of them Destiny Harris, who was hit by a pitch and reached on an error. She's at third now. High and tight, she walked her. They're at the corners now. And LSU kicking up their heels with the most dangerous part of their order coming up. There is some warm-up work in the Carolina bullpen as Tori Edwards strides to the plate. Strikeout and a ground out today. At the corners with 2 down in a 1-run game. All of a sudden, the strike zone eluding Jory Hurd.
And I think just that throwing error to start the inning kind of got to her. And this is where I would like to see her to continue growth. Isolate that. Yep, made a mistake. Now what? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go right at this next batter.
Hit in the air in the right center gap. That's going to get down. At least 1 run will score. Racing around third is Sierra Daniels. She'll come in, and LSU takes the lead 2-1 as Tori Edwards delivers the 2-out, 2-run double.
I said in the last inning, LSU is going to come back with a vengeance. And I think that, again, that throwing error kind of got in Jory Hurd's head a little bit. And sure enough, LSU's back on top.
Both unearned. First hit of the day breaks up the no-hitter, but only counts in the run column. And LSU takes its first lead of the day. Brings up the shortstop Kylie Edwards, who's 0 for 2, and might have a pitching change here. A magnificent day for Jory Hurd, but it came unraveled a little bit here in the 6th after the leadoff error. And then gives up her first walk and first hit back-to-back. And all of a sudden, LSU has a 2-1 lead. And looks like the Gamecocks will indeed go to their bullpen. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. 2-1 LSU lead, still batting. More to come when we come back. Lamb takes over in the circle for the Gamecocks. She inherits a runner at second base with 2 downs, and LSU has taken its first lead of the day.
I like this move here, bringing in Lamb in relief. She is going to throw a little bit lower velocity than what we saw from Hurd, but the thing with her is, yes, she does have a rise ball, but her changeup is the best on staff, so I expect to see that being thrown a lot. Keep LSU off balance, especially with who we have in the box right now.
Yeah, Kylie Edwards, the cleanup hitter, is 0 for 2 today, but boy, has she been good in this series. Edwards 5 for 11, the double, triple, a home run, and 4 runs batted in. Has a runner at second with 2 down and 2 runs in here in the 6th. Lamb's first pitch in there for a strike. Lamb, the winning pitcher in game 1. Made a couple of appearances in this series. 4 1/3, no runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. A 1 up high. Can't close the book yet on Jory Hurd with the runner at second. But through 5 2/3, she allowed 2 runs, both unearned. 1 hit, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and a hit batter. 1-1, must have been low. Stays high, and Lamb falls way behind.
You see Lexi Winters behind the plate, kind of taking a deep breath, in and out, cueing Lamb to do the same, relieve some of that tension. Breath, taking a breath, whether it's a diaphragmatic breath or just a big breath, is a great way to calm yourself down.
3-1 pitch outside, and it's a walk to from Neely Lamb to Kylie Edwards. Puts him at first and second with 2 down. Lamb has had trouble with control at times this year. Coming into today in 37 2/3 innings, 32 strikeouts, now 24 walks. Alex Franklin stands in, the right fielder, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Down the right field line, but foul.
I really think if Lamb could tighten up her command, she's not far off. If she could tighten up her command a little bit, with her ability to throw the changeup like she can, she could be very effective for South Carolina in the circle because it is so, she hides it well, she can spot it well, and we've seen it work for her in this series already.
In her second season with the Gamecocks after spending her freshman year at Charleston Southern. 0-1 bounces up there. Winters keeps it in front. At Charleston Southern, as a freshman, she was the Big South Pitcher of the Year and Freshman of the Year. In a big spot here, trying to keep the Tigers where they are. In the air to right field. McKnight goes back. She's got room, makes the grab, and that'll end the frame. But the Tigers get a couple of runs on their first hit. There was an error. They lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. For the first time today as LSU scratches 2 across in the top half of the frame. 2-1 they lead it as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Gamecocks will send the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate. 2 runs, 1 hit, no error for LSU. For South Carolina, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. That right now is the difference in the ball game. Carly Shelton set to lead things off, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out today. Dievner with 4 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Popped up, that'll get out of play. Noticed you were enjoying the dancing in between, the music in between the innings.
Yes, I like to shake it out a little bit. It helps when my kids are in the stands and they're dancing and want me to dance. So, you know, got to toss it off.
Same moves you break out at the club. Soft line drive, running catch by Avery Hodge, and that retires Carly Shelton. Wasn't sure if that was going to drop fair or foul, but either way, a nice play by Hodge.
It was a good job staying with that. Could go either way. What are you talking about?
Quickly one away.
I didn't go to the club.
Brings up the center fielder, Tori Ensley. Ensley a sac bunt in the first inning, or ground out to second in the 4th.
South Carolina has seen Dievner quite a bit At this point, you're looking for them to make some adjustments.
Fouled off right side. Gamecocks got their lone run in the 5th inning on a home run by Jamie McKay. 2 runs top half of this inning by LSU. After an error, and then the big blow, the 2-out, 2-run double by Tori Edwards. Once again, Huebner working ahead, a ball and 2 strikes to Ensley.
Yeah, and as a coach, what you're hoping for is we saw South Carolina go up with the home run, and then LSU turned right around and responded. So now for South Carolina, same deal, right? You want them to toe up and respond right back.
1-2 off the plate.
Especially this late in the game.
Yep. Both starting pitchers very economical in their pitches. 80th pitch upcoming for Huebner. Just got a piece of it. Two grounded to short. Nice pickup by Edwards. Throws across in time to get the speedy Ensley, and there's 2 away. That one got on Kylie Edwards in a hurry, but made a nice play. 2 outs, bases empty now for the first baseman, Ari Rohde. Rohde 0 for 1 with a walk today. Flied to left in the 1st inning, walked in the 4th.
This is what we talked about in the open, is South Carolina could really use Rohde's power bat right now. Rohde, you know, she had a lot of RBIs and has kind of been dry a little bit lately. But, you know, part of that is, we can say that about Rohde, but she got on base last time, and then Davis coming behind her. You know, Davis has struck out twice.
Yep.
So that's what we're talking about. South Carolina just hasn't really been able to string together much.
Strike there. Gamecocks with just 2 hits today. And only 2 walks issued by Huebner. Up high. As we told you before, Rohde second in the SEC coming into the weekend in walks. Strike there. Rohde thought it was ball 4. Payoff pitch from Jaden Huebner. Popped up, middle of the diamond. And third baseman Hodge gloves, and the Gamecocks retired in order here in the 6th. Good response for LSU. They lead it 2-1 as we head to the 7th here in Columbia. there in Columbia, game 3 of this series. Rubber match as the Tigers will send the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to the plate against Neely Lamb in her second inning of relief work. Replaced Jory Hurd last inning. Maddox McKee to lead things off, the left fielder. She struck out twice today, 0 for 2, both those against Jory Hurd, who went 5 2/3. Responsible for both runs. They were both unearned, though, after an error. She struck out 7 and gave up just the 1 hit.
Yeah, and she was rolling, and so you may be wondering kind of why is she not still in there? Well, because she lost some command. I think the error was one that she made, and I think it got to her a little bit.
Yep.
So South Carolina made the decision to bring in Neely Lamb.
Infield in now. A 1 pitch, squares. Just missed off the plate, apparently. McKee, the junior from Montgomery, Texas. And Lamb falls behind 2-1. Swing and a miss, even things up. Two. Up high, full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big first out here in the 7th. First strikeout for Neely Lamb.
I like that comeback by Lamb. She'd gotten to a full count. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, her changeup. I mean, she threw that low in the zone. It would have been a called ball, but she threw it so effectively that it was hard for McKee to lay off. Fell right off the table.
McKee with the hat trick, 3 strikeouts. Here's Macy Bajaran, the catcher. 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a ground out. Actually dropped one right in front of home plate in the 5th inning. Lexi Winters, the catcher, threw her out at first base. And Cox have the shift on for her with 3 infielders on the left side. And Lamb falls behind, 2-0 here. Obviously, the Gamecocks need to scratch at least 1 run across in the bottom half of the inning. They're hoping that's all they need to tie it, if not win it. But you're in the bottom half of the order here, and you'd certainly like to not have to face the top half again. 2-0 again, and no, there is a strike. Okay, a delayed call there. I was getting ready to say didn't miss by much, and it didn't.
Yeah, that was a well-placed pitch, and you expect to see a lot on the inside corner with the way the defense is set up here, trying to get Bargeron to hit to that left side.
She left that one on the outside part of the plate. Winters wanted to know where that was. And it's 3-1. Again, with the shift on, you expect to pitch inside so she can't go to the opposite field.
Or make it more difficult. Sometimes they can still push one over there.
3-1 is ruled a strike. Bajaran thought it was ball 4. We've seen a couple hitters from both teams throw the bats a little early. Shift is off now here. Shelton back to the other side of the infield. Payoff pitch. Swing and just got a piece of it. That got a piece of Winters, and she's probably frustrated she couldn't hold on to it. Winters not a noob behind the plate. 2 years at Charlotte with Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard. Came over to Columbia to be her hometown team. And Coach Chastain Woodard came here last year. Another payoff pitch from Neely Lamb. That's high. Second walk allowed by Lamb since coming in last inning, and the Tigers get a base runner here with 1 out. Here's Destiny Harris. Gotta love this. Even though she hasn't had as many at-bats as some of the other folks, Harris hitting .350 in the 8 spot.
Yeah, that's pretty legit. Tough at bat, lower in the order. I mean, I think at this level, the days of your weaker hitters or down in the bottom of the order, I feel like that's gone.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, just the offenses are so much better now than they used to be. There's a lot of places, especially top 25 teams, there's not a lot of weak spots in the in the lineup. So get a pinch runner at first base. Grady Appling will check in, a freshman from Juliet, Georgia. Running for the catcher. There's Destiny Harris. He's reached twice today without a hit. Fouls that one off. She was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, later erased at 2nd, and then last inning, she led off the game. She reached on a throwing error by the pitcher, Jory Hurd, and that kind of opened up the floodgates, if you will. As the Gamecocks would have eventually been out of the inning, but due to the error that extended it, she later scored on the 2-run double by Tori Edwards. (0-1) grounded foul, and Lamb ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Harris digs back in, the 0-2 from Neely Lamb. One-run game here in the 7th. Tigers looking for some insurance. And that plunked her. But or to get the end of the bat. It may have gotten the knob of the bat.
I think it was a knob.
Yep. The 1-2 again. Off speed stays high.
Yeah, we've seen kind of some weird foul balls. One like you talked about with Harris earlier. Or no, it wasn't Harris. I can't remember who it was. Kind of protecting her face a little bit.
Ground ball right side. That's going to get through for a base hit. Appling around 2nd. She'll go to 3rd, and they're at the corners with 1 out. Well, the Gamecocks had Shelton, the 2nd baseman, shift a little bit towards the bag. And Harris beats the shift with a base hit. Just the 2nd hit of the day for LSU. Watch it again. See where Shelton is playing almost right next to the bag. If she's at the quote-unquote normal spot, that's perhaps an inning-ending double play.
Well, and when I looked at Harris and how she swung, that almost looked like it was kind of a slap hit. So you had to know she was going for that side of the shift there.
Squeeze was on there as Hodge fouls it off. She had a sac bunt in the 6th inning. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. At the corners now with just 1 out. Infield in. Strike 2. The pitch from Lamb fouled behind the plate. First and 3rd, 1 out here in the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2nd strikeout for Neely Lamb, and a big 2nd out here in the 7th.
Yeah, that was a clutch pitch for Lamb. She's thrown her changeup quite frequently ever since she's come into the game, which is what she's known for, but she's been hit or miss on spotting it in the location. She was able to bring that one up for a strike.
Back to the top of the order now. Jayla Lassiter checks in. 0 for 3, a strikeout in between a couple of flies to right. Lands 1-0, popped up, and Ari Rhodey will take it, inning over. The Tigers threaten but don't score. They leave 2 stranded. Last chance for the Gamecocks in a 1-run game coming up. One-run game here in the rubber match of this 3-game series between 2 top 25 teams. 5, 6, and 7 to up for the Gamecocks against Jaden Heavner. The sophomore has been spectacular today. Both pitching staffs have been great. Heavner has struck out 4, walked 2, allowed 1 run on 2 hits.
2 of those strikeouts have come against Tate Davis, so you got to know that Davis is looking to get something going for herself here.
Yeah, the third baseman will lead things off here, hitting in the 5 spot. Gamecocks got a solo home run from Jamie McKay in the 5th inning to break a scoreless tie, and then the Tigers with 2 in the 6th. Catches the inside corner. Both starting pitchers have been magnificent today, and 2 teams have combined for just 4 hits. In the air to right field. Franklin coming in and makes the running grab, and there's the big first out for the Tigers. Brings up the catcher, Lexi Winters. 0 for 2, a fly out and a pop-up. LSU pitching has been outstanding, especially in these last 2 games. Allowed just 1 run yesterday, 1 run so far here today. Both teams looking to win their first SEC series of the year.
Really have, and the production they've gotten from Heavner in the circle, both in the loss on Friday and through today, has been, I mean, you can't get mad at it.
0-1, diving catch by Daniel to take a base hit away from Lexi Winters. Seen a lot of that today from both teams too.
Solid defensive plays, and there's been some routine plays, but I feel like we've had a lot of layouts.
Yep, and 2 in the outfield, 1 by each team. A good job there by Daniel to take a hit away. It's up to Jamie McKay to keep things going for the Gamecocks. 2 outs, bases empty in the bottom of the 7th. McKay 1 for 2. That 1 hit, a solo home run in the 5th inning to account for the Gamecocks' lone run of the day. Takes a strike here. McKay, who grew up playing baseball, played for the U.S. Women's National Baseball Team as a pitcher and catcher. Didn't play softball in high school, played baseball. 0-1 pitch outside.
I really love her story, and she still plays baseball. So from shifting from seeing the pitch from a softball pitcher to baseball and seeing that overhand and a smaller ball, I'm just blown away at how good she is.
Heavner looking for her 9th complete game of the season. Since giving up the home run to Jamie McKay in the 5th inning, she's retired 8 straight. Now time is called.
I think Coach Torino wants to go out and just reassure Heavner. She sees she's kind of a little more out of the zone than she has been, and they're down to their last out. Probably wants her to go challenge her just to get her command back, you know. I mean, you got to respect the power. You don't want one hitter to hurt you in this situation, but at the same time, you also want to build that confidence. She said Heavner wants the ball. She is a gamer, wants the ball all the time.
Outstanding pitcher's duel here today. Again, the line scored 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for LSU. For South Carolina, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 big error. And there's been a lot of pitching and defense here today.
And if you're LSU, you've really got to like the turnaround, the bounce back that team has had from Friday night's loss.
2 outs as base is empty and a 2-1 count for Jamie McKay. Outfield playing deep. Infield is backed up as well. Down low. The 3-1 from Jaden Heavner. Outside, she walked her. Just the 3rd walk allowed today, and the Gamecocks get the tying run aboard with 2 outs. Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard has got her scorecard out. Ansley Bennett's going to run at first base for McKay. And you're going to have a pinch hitter for Shea Anderson, the shortstop. It'll be the freshman Kai Byers. Bennett, the pinch runner at first, represents the tying run, and Byers will try to extend the game, the pinch hitter. Freshman 0 for 3 in the series with a strikeout.
Yeah, and if you're LSU, putting McKay on base like that, McKay's the one that hurt you in the last inning, or, you know, when she hit the home run. She is the only one that's really done anything against Heavner. Yeah, she's on base, and that's the tying run right there, but South Carolina really hasn't been able to do much else.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch came inside. Byers has started 10 games this year, played in now 23 games, 7 for 27 at the plate. Of her 7 hits, 2 are home runs. Outside.
I like how Byers is already being patient, making Heavner work.
The 2-0 pitch, taken for a strike. Two outs, runner aboard here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 to Byers. Checks her swing to rule the strike. And the Tigers are 1 pitch away from taking the series here on the road. Two-two pitch, didn't go, and a full count.
That's a tough pitch to take.
Yep. Freshman at the plate trying to extend the game for South Carolina. The payoff pitch. Checker swing, strike 3 call. That'll end it. LSU takes 2 out of 3 as they win the rubber match 2-1. Byers thought it was low. And LSU takes the series here on the road to avenge the series win for the Gamecocks last year in Baton Rouge. But what a pitching performance on both sides today. Yeah, you can't be mad at it. I think both sides did a great job. And really, if you think about it, Friday and Sunday have been the best games that we've seen in the circle. But for LSU, you've got to give hats off. They came out to fight. They made the adjustments. South Carolina's got to work on stringing stuff together. From my partner, Dr. Megan Matthews-Bunning, I'm Brad Muller. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.